Ministers and secretaries attend the meeting. India continues to achieve new milestones in COVID vaccination. Cumulative number of doses administered in the country exceed 19.5 crores, with more than 16 lakh vaccine doses administered in the past 24 hours. Nearly 1 crore beneficiaries of age group 18 to 44 vaccinated so far, including over 10 lakh each in Bihar, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. COVID infections continue to slow down in India. The country reports over 2,40,000 new COVID-19 cases, more than 3,55,000 discharges, while 3,741 people lost their lives in the last 24 hours. Recovery rate reaches 88.3%. Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu extend curfews to curb COVID infections. India, along with South Africa and 60 other countries, submit a fresh proposal at the World Trade Organization. Seek 3-year waiver on intellectual property rights for COVID-19 medical products. Council for Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights, that's TRIPS, is likely to take up the proposal at an informal meeting on the 31st of this month. And Atletico Madrid pips city rivals Real Madrid to the La Liga title on Saturday after Luis Suarez fired them to a 2-1 comeback win at Real Valladolid. Wins Spanish championship for the first time in 7 years. Real Madrid ends the season at second, and despite a late 2-1 win over Villarreal. Namaskar, you're with the latest here on DD News and DD India. I'm Gautam Roy. Well, first up, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took a high-level meeting today to review the preparedness of states and central ministries and other agencies concerned to deal with the situation arising out of Cyclone Yas. The PM directed senior officers to work in close coordination with states to ensure safe evacuation of people from high-risk areas. He also instructed all concerned departments to ensure timely evacuation of those involved in offshore activities. The PM spoke about the need to ensure that time duration of outages of power supply and communication networks is minimum and is restored swiftly. He also asked officials to ensure proper coordination and planning with state governments to ensure no disruptions in COVID treatment and vaccination in hospitals. He also spoke about the need to involve district administrations in the process of planning and preparedness for better learning from best practices and seamless coordination. The PM directed officials that advisories and instructions on do's and don'ts during the cyclone be made available in easy-to-understand and local languages to citizens of affected districts. The PM also spoke about the need to involve various stakeholders, that is, coastal communities, industries, etc., by directly reaching out to them and sensitizing them. In fact, the PM in a tweet has emphasized on timely evacuation as well as ensuring power and communication networks not being disrupted. He also emphasized on ensuring COVID-19 treatment of patients in affected areas does not suffer due to the cyclone. The PM also prayed for everyone's safety and well-being. The Indian Met Department has meanwhile informed that Cyclone Yas is expected to cross West Bengal and North Odisha coasts by the 26th of May evening, that is Wednesday evening, with wind speed ranging from 155 to 165 kilometers per hour, gusting up to 185 kilometers per hour. It's likely to cause heavy rainfall in coastal districts of West Bengal and North Odisha. IMD has also warned of storm surge of about 2 to 4 meters in coastal areas of West Bengal and Odisha. IMD has been issuing regular bulletins with latest forecasts to all states concerned. Ministry of Home Affairs is reviewing the situation 24/7 and is in touch with state governments and union territories and central agencies as well. The Ministry of Home Affairs has already released first installment of SDRF in advance to all states. NDRF has pre-positioned 46 teams which are equipped with boats, tree cutters, telecom equipment and other necessaries in 5 states and union territories as well. In addition to this, teams have been airlifted today for deployment, and 10 teams have also been kept on standby. Indian Coast Guard and the Navy have deployed ships and helicopters for relief, search and rescue operations. Air Force and Engineer Task Force units of the Army with boats and rescue equipment are on standby for deployment as well. 7 ships with humanitarian assistance and disaster relief units are on standby along the western coast. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has taken measures to secure all oil installations in the sea and to bring back their shipping vessels to safe harbour. Ministry of Power has activated emergency response systems and is keeping in readiness transformers, DG sets and other equipment as well. This is for immediate restoration of electricity in case of power failure. Now, Ministry of Telecom is also keeping all telecom towers and exchanges under constant watch and is fully geared to restore telecom network as well. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has issued advisory to states and union territories likely to be affected for health sector preparedness and response on COVID in the affected areas. The Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways has taken measures to secure all shipping vessels and has deployed emergency vessels as well. The NDRF is meanwhile assisting state agencies in their preparedness for evacuating people from vulnerable locations and is also continuously holding community awareness campaigns on how to deal with the cyclone situation. Meanwhile, fishermen in West Bengal have been advised not to venture out into the sea starting today. And at the same time, Bangladesh is also bracing to face Cyclone Yas, which is likely to hit its coast on the 26th of May, which is Wednesday. Bangladesh Meteorological Department has asked the maritime ports of Chattogram, Cox's Bazar, Mongla and Paira to hoist the distant cautionary signal 1. It's also advised fishermen not to venture into deep sea. Those who are in deep sea have been advised to return to coast by Sunday. The State Minister for Disaster Management and Relief, Enamur Rahman, told media that the government is preparing cyclone shelters with 3 times more capacity in view of the COVID-19 situation in the country to accommodate people during the cyclone. And we'll keep you updated on the latest as far as any information related to the upcoming cyclone Yas is concerned. But for the moment, we're moving on. What is also happening is that CBSE Class 12 exams 2021 entrance exams conducted by National Testing Agency and other dates of other entrance exams for college admissions across the country are being discussed at a high-level meeting. The meeting is being chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Other union ministers, including Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, Women and Child Welfare Minister Smriti Irani and Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar are also taking part in this meeting. The Education Minister has written a letter to states and union territories stating that the Department of School Education and Literacy under the Ministry of Education and CBSE are exploring options regarding conduct of exams. Now, this will be done keeping in mind the safety and security of students as well as teachers. The Department of Higher Education is also deliberating upon the finalization of the dates of exams for institutions of higher learning. That meeting is in progress, and as soon as we learn about its outcome, we will let you know about it as well. Let's now talk about the COVID situation in the country, where India's daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 10th consecutive day. 3,55,102 recoveries have been registered during the last 24 hours. India's cumulative recoveries have reached 2,34,25,467 today. The national recovery rate has grown further to touch 88.3%. In another positive development, India has recorded less than 3 lakh daily new cases for 7 consecutive days now. 2,40,842 daily new cases were registered in the last 24 hours. On the other hand, India's total active caseload has decreased to 28,05,399 today. It now comprises 10.5% of the country's total positive cases. Also, the cumulative number of COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far has exceeded the 19.5 crore mark. 19 crore 50 lakh 4,000 184 vaccine doses have been given so far. Out of these, 16,04,542 COVID-19 vaccine doses have been given on the 22nd of May alone. And with more than 21.23 lakh tests conducted in the last 24 hours, India has again set a new record of highest number of tests being conducted within 24 hours, within a day that is. Nearly 32 crore 86 lakh 8,000 samples have been tested for COVID-19 up to the 22nd of May. Of these, 21 lakh 23,782 samples were tested on the 22nd of May alone. Now, as the country is grappling with the second wave of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, several states and union territories have extended the COVID-19 induced lockdown or curfew to curb the spread of the virus. The Delhi government today extended the ongoing lockdown by another week, although the COVID situation is improving in the city with less number of cases and declining positivity rate in the past few days. The Uttar Pradesh government has also extended the COVID-19 curfew in the state till the 31st of this month. The existing restrictions were supposed to end tomorrow morning. Amid the second wave of COVID-19, the Leh administration has also extended the corona curfew till the 7th of June. Earlier, the COVID curfew was supposed to end by Monday, which is tomorrow. However, the extension of the corona curfew has come into effect from 7 in the morning on the 24th of May and will remain in force till 7 in the morning, 7th of June. The Jammu and Kashmir government has also extended the prevailing COVID-19 lockdown till the 31st of May. The curfew was earlier imposed in all 20 districts of J&K till 7 a.m. on Monday. And the Karnataka government has also extended lockdown in the state till the 7th of June, 6 a.m. The existing lockdown was to end on the 24th of May. The state government has also decided to give free treatment for mucormycosis patients in government district hospitals. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has also announced extension of full lockdown in the state for another week till the 31st of May. Considering total lockdown, shops will be open till 9 p.m. tonight. Also, buses will be operated till 9 p.m. as well for travel to other districts. The Indian Railways continues to supply liquid medical oxygen to various states in the country. Indian Railways has so far supplied about 14,500 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen in 884 tankers that have been supplied to various states so far. Railways informed that 224 Oxygen Express journeys have been completed under this campaign. In addition to this, 8 Oxygen Expresses are en route to reach their designated states carrying 563 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen in 35 tankers. The daily supply of oxygen to various states of the country by Oxygen Express has so far exceeded 800 metric tons. At the same time, oxygen has been supplied by Oxygen Expresses in 13 states so far. These include Uttarakhand, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Telangana, Punjab, Kerala, Delhi as well as Uttar Pradesh. Further on, Railways has also been carrying out various exercises to augment this supply of liquid medical oxygen as well. Now, the demand for oxygen supply to COVID hospitals is being eased, and the panic situation of the demand for oxygen to patients is under control, as the centre is regularly supplying oxygen to states through Oxygen Express. With a series of containers reaching Karnataka, 9th Oxygen Express reached ICD Whitefield. It has started from Tata Nagar in Jharkhand at around 11:30 p.m. on the 21st of May. A signal-free green corridor was created by the railways to enable swift transport of this Oxygen Express. This train has run stoppage-free and has not had to wait for crossings or passage of another train. It has carried 6 cryogenic containers, and each cryogenic container carried 20 tons of liquid medical oxygen. Karnataka has received 1,062.14 tons of liquid medical oxygen by Oxygen Expresses so far. Indian Railways has so far run 224 Oxygen Expresses and transported nearly 14,500 tons of liquid medical oxygen in 884 tankers all over the country to assist state governments in their fight. Yesterday, a woman-piloted Oxygen Express also reached Karnataka. Now, the Indian Army has been coming forward in the fight against the COVID pandemic. The Sudarshan Chakra division of the Indian Army has expanded the Jan Seva Hospital at Sri Ganganagar and started a 50-bed COVID hospital facility. This COVID care centre was inaugurated by District Collector Zakir Hussain and Major General Vikram Verma. In view of rising cases of COVID in the district, this facility has been dedicated by the Indian Army to citizens of Sri Ganganagar. This Level 2 facility will provide COVID treatment facility with oxygen to citizens of Sri Ganganagar and adjoining areas. Indian Army's doctors and paramedical staff have established this facility in record time with the help of district administration and Jan Seva Hospital. The Indian Army will also provide dedicated medical staff, equipment and ambulances to fight the pandemic.
जनरल नरवणे साहब ने कहा था कि देश की सेना देश के नागरिकों के लिए हमेशा तैयार रहती है मदद करने की। डीसी साहब ने हमारे से गुजारिश की थी कि एक 50 बेडेड लेवल 2 हॉस्पिटल स्थापित हो। तो पिछले 48 घंटे के अंदर हमारी डिवीज़न ने ये फैसिलिटी इस्टेब्लिश की है। इसमें जितने भी मेडिकल ऑफिसर हैं, पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ है और जो एम्बुलेंस हैं वो आर्मी से दी गई है और हमारी तरफ से ये श्री गंगानगर के जितने भी लोग हैं उनको मदद करने का हमारी ये पहल है और जो भी मदद चाहिए होगी डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की हम मदद करते रहें।
Now, Prime Minister Modi gave a new mantra of Jahan Bimar Wahin Upchar in the fight against COVID pandemic, and doctors in Talaimura subdivision proved that even during pandemic, sheer will can overcome all obstacles. On the 21st of May around 5:30 in the morning, a pregnant woman with labor pain was brought to the subdivisional hospital in Talaimura. Dr. Anirban Bhaumik was on duty medical officer at that time. He, according to the protocol, admitted the patient and instructed duty staff nurse Beena Debrahma and Archana Debrahma to do the COVID test. The COVID test came out to be positive, but after examining the patient's condition, Dr. Bhaumik felt that the patient is not in a position to travel and could deliver the baby any time. However, the hospital did not have a separate room for COVID patients and no separate set of instruments as well. Under the given circumstances, the doctor at the hospital took the brave decision to do the needful so that no damage is done to either the mother or the child. Somehow, instruments as well as a place was arranged to deliver the baby. They donned the PPP gear and within 40 minutes, finally, the mother delivered a healthy baby boy, 2.6 kgs birth weight. Well, cheer and smiles were palpable among the team when they first heard the first cries of the baby.
ঘটনা বলতে সকাল 5:30 15টার দিকে একজন পেশেন্ট এলো মহারানীপুর এরিয়া থেকে। তো তাইনের ডেলিভারি পেশেন্ট আর কি। তো তারপর যখন ওয়ার্ডে নিয়ে গেল, ওয়ার্ডে যাওয়ার আগে কোভিড টেস্ট করা হয়। তো কোভিড টেস্টে দেখা গেল তাইনে পজিটিভ। আচ্ছা, তো তারপর যখন চেক করলাম যে ভাবলাম যে রেফার করুন, তারপর যখন চেক করলাম দেখলাম যে এখানে তো ডেলিভারি কোভিড পেশেন্টের ডেলিভারি আর তো আলাদা রুম নাই। তো যার দিকে আমরা ভাবলাম যে রেফার করি হায়ার সেন্টারে। তারপর তাও আমি একবার দেখি যে না পেশেন্টের কন্ডিশন দেখতে ভাবলাম একবার চেক করি। তো যখন চেক করলাম দেখলাম যে ডেলিভারি হয়ে যাবে, বেশিক্ষণ লাগতো না। তো তার দিকে আমরা সব তাড়াতাড়ি অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করে যাই জায়গা আছে বা আমার কাছে জিনিস আছে ওটা তাড়াতাড়ি অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করে আমরা তাড়াতাড়ি ডেলিভারি কন্ট্যাক্ট করলাম।
What a heartwarming account. Furthermore, a 120-year-old woman has become an inspiration for people living in rural areas of Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur district after she took the lead in her remote hamlet to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The centenarian has emerged as the poster girl of vaccination in Jammu and Kashmir and has become a role model for those who fear to get vaccinated, as she got her first shot of COVID vaccination. Dholi Devi, who was administered her first dose at a vaccination camp, has appealed to people to come forward and get vaccinated, as vaccine is the best shield against the COVID infection. Now, in other updates, wrestler Sushil Kumar, the two-time Olympic medalist, was arrested from Delhi this morning in connection with the murder of a fellow wrestler. Sushil was arrested with a co-accused by a special cell of the Delhi police from Munka area in the national capital. Kumar had been on the run since the 5th of May when an FIR was registered against him under various sections of the Indian Penal Code, including murder and criminal conspiracy at a Model Town police station. According to the police, Sushil Kumar and his associates assaulted fellow wrestler and his two friends on the 4th of May at the national capital's Chhatrasal Stadium. Sushil Kumar won a bronze medal in 2008 Beijing Olympics and a silver medal in 2012 London Olympics. In other key news, India, South Africa and 60 other countries have sought a 3-year waiver on intellectual property rights for COVID-19 medical products at the World Trade Organization. A fresh proposal submitted by these countries is also the provision to review the duration annually. The fresh proposal focuses on health products and technologies and sets a stage for discussions on specifics. Council for Trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, which is TRIPS, is likely to take up the new proposal at an informal meeting on the 31st of this month. The revised proposal aims to increase global access to several crucial medical products to help countries more effectively tackle the contagious virus with affordable and accessible tools. It also takes into account the discussions and feedback received from others with the aim to progress to text-based discussions. Let's also now take a look at the updates on the COVID-19 situation from across the world. Well, the virus has infected more than 16 crore 70 lakh people, while the number of recoveries stand above 14 crore 79 lakh globally. Over 34 lakh 69,000 fatalities have also taken place due to COVID-19 worldwide. The United States continues to remain the worst affected country with over 3 crore 38 lakh 80,000 cases of COVID-19 with more than 6 lakh deaths. The COVID-19 death toll in the United States surpassed the 6 lakh mark on Saturday, with over 6 lakh 3,000 deaths reported in the country. The U.S. remains the worst hit even in terms of the total number of infections. With over 28,000 new cases on Friday, the total number of infections in the country has reached over 3 crore 39 lakh and 62,000. The death toll in Latin America also surpassed the 1 million mark. To curb the rate of infections, the United States is administering around 1.8 million doses of vaccines daily, and around 48% of its population has received one shot or more. The government aims around 70% of Americans to get at least one dose of the vaccine before the 4th of July, which is the American Independence Day. Bangladesh has further extended the ongoing lockdown in the country till the 30th of May in order to contain the spread of the coronavirus. However, further relaxation has been introduced in the latest notification issued by the Cabinet Division. The government has decided to resume inter-district movement of public transport with 50% passengers. Earlier, public transport was open for operation only within the district. Hotels and restaurants will also be allowed to offer dine-in services with 50% occupancy of seats. Bangladesh imposed countrywide lockdown on the 5th of April, which was extended again into a strict lockdown on the 14th of April. And since then, it has been extended in phases and certain relaxations have been introduced from time to time. All educational institutions have been closed since March last year. Now, British Health Secretary Matt Hancock said that a new triple mutant coronavirus variant detected first in Yorkshire was under investigation, but there was no information that would suggest that it is more dangerous or more transmissible. Public Health England said that it was closely monitoring the strain VUI 21 May 01, which was first detected in April, with a total of 49 cases detected across the country, particularly concentrated around Yorkshire and the Humber in the north of England. Britain reported 2,694 new cases of COVID-19 on Saturday, with a rise of 10.5% compared with the previous 7 days. A total of 37.73 million people have received the first dose of a vaccine against coronavirus by the 21st of May, and 22.07 million people have received a second dose as well. In other international updates, the Indian Army contingent as part of the United Nations mission in Congo protected assets and civilians during evacuation of volcano-affected Goma town. The Indian Army, as part of a UN peacekeeping mission headquartered in the eastern town of Goma and bordering Rwanda in the Democratic Republic of Congo, held their round and help in evacuation of local people during the volcanic eruption. The Indian Brigade headquarters is located adjacent to the Goma airfield. Mount Nyiragongo, an active volcano which overlooks Goma town, erupted and spewed lava, gases and sediments on Saturday, resulting in panic within the civilian population due to unsubstantiated reports regarding the direction and potency of the lava flow. Most of the lava, however, has flowed towards Rwanda, and only a small stream is trickling towards Goma. As a precautionary measure, various country contingents were told to be on alert by the UN's internal security system, which calculated that evacuation will not be required. Let's now get you some sports updates. In Atletico Madrid pipped City rivals Real Madrid to the La Liga title after Luis Suarez fired them to a 2-1 comeback win at Real Valladolid. Valladolid took a shock lead in the 18th minute when Oscar Plano slotted past Jan Oblak to complete a sweeping counter-attack after Yannick Carrasco had lost control of the ball following an Atletico corner. Just as they had done in the last week comeback win over Osasuna, Atletico missed a series of clear opportunities, but they drew level after a moment of magic from Angel Correa, who danced his way through the defense before arrowing into the bottom corner in the 57th minute. Suarez then pounced on a giveaway by the Valladolid defense to score in the 67th and put Atletico on their way to a victory that would secure the title no matter what happened in Real Madrid's game at home to Villarreal. Atletico finished top of the standings on 86 points with Real, which snatched a late 2-1 win over Villarreal, which came in second on 84. Valladolid finished 19th and were relegated to Spain's second division. Hundreds of fans celebrated in central Madrid after the match. And on that happy note, for all fans of football, that's all we have for the moment in this edition of the news on DD News and DD India. But do stay tuned for all the updates.
Your window to rising India. India's voice on global platforms. Latest news from India and around the world. In-depth analysis of global headlines. Watch DD India in your country. Available for downlink in all Southeast Asian countries. STTV broadcast is available through the satellite GSAT 17 at 93.5